Hi Capricorn. Welcome to your April 2025 tarot reading. I'm Heather Dawn. This is Heather Dawn Tarot. We are reading for the month of April for you, which is the astrological starting point of your new life. It is that big. We have the ushering in of 2025, well, the new astrological year of 2025 that started on March 20th with the spring equinox. And we just had the new moon Aries solar eclipse, the supermoon that really wants to unhinge your life in all the really positive ways. Aries season wants to call in all new energy, wants you to listen to your deepest desires, take risks, be the fool in this new astrological year. Do things you're afraid of, do things you've always wanted to do. Unhinge the doorway. Blow the door off the doorway, off the portal of how you want to show up in the world now. This is about your new identity, your new self-inspired, passionate, driving action forward to take leaps of faith in the name of your peace, joy, excitement, love, bliss. Okay, so I am a Capricorn sun. So doing Capricorn readings is always a little bit more of a special for me. Yeah, we are calling in the new energy. Let's do some cards for you to see what the guidance is around your month of April, what might be coming in, what you should pay attention to. Well, that's a really great card to get out. First, we have the Three of Swords, coming face to face with all of the pain, all of the loss, all of the grief that is in your past, in the rear view mirror. We are not going there anymore. We are not going there anymore. However, you know, there is this recognition, the way that I'm putting it down, it is looking to the past. This recognition of all that has led you to this moment of divine self-intervention, divine action forward. You know, the Three of Swords is that it is defined by those moments that forever alter the fabric of your life experience. It is moments of deep loss, trauma. It is the triggers, the wounds that we receive in childhood. It is the, you know, loss of a loved one or the abuse. You know, the Three of Swords is definitely centered around abuse. It could be a history of self-abuse. It could be a history of just choosing people or situations that perpetuate that idea of what we are worthy of and what we are not worthy of, when truly you are worthy of so much. And I believe that in April, this Three of Swords, this recognition of how your life used to be, kind of centered around pain and loss and working through that, it is in the rear view mirror. So what is on the other side of this doorway? Page of Swords. Okay, I'm going to need another card. Go ahead and get the third card, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, this is interesting because I can't remember. I think it was Scorpio who received the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands in these first three cards as well. Theirs was more focused on having a moment to pause, but yours is really okay. I can identify with this message so deeply because I am a Capricorn, and there has been a point really within, it happened in 2024 for me, where it felt like there was, and 2024, what I mean by that is all the way up until March 19th, when that year astrologically finally ended, and on March 20th we brought in this new year. But all of last year, I called that the year of strength, because there was such this closure happening, wrapping up the wounds of the past, really just like letting things completely sit and heal in such a profound way of acknowledgement of like, that is truly in the past. So much closure comes with really like redefining, no, not redefining, just accepting how much you have survived, how much you have survived, what you have been through. There's this deep recognition within you of like looking at your past in April and like, oh, I am a survivor. I have lost, I have grieved, I have been in a state of hell in this life, whether or not circumstances put me there or I put myself there, kept myself there. This is victimhood. I have a very I had a very rich history with victimhood, and I would hope that you would never know that about me now, because I can definitely be triggered and fall back into it. We all can. We are human. But I have worked so hard to overcome a victim mentality, to really put myself in a place of power, knowing my own strength, knowing my own worth, knowing that I am a survivor. These are messages for you. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of good things in abundance. Bad things happen to us sometimes, and it is really truly a journey on how we overcome those things, how we evolve, how we get stronger, how we survive. You are a survivor. And I do think that in April, it is going to be extremely apparent to you just how stark of a difference it is from where you have been to where you are going. And there's such an importance, this Page of Swords. It's like to truly like cut a line in the sand of like, this is the past and this is the future. And the future, Capricorn, is full of movement. Movement. Something happens in the Three of Swords, this past energy, where you, when you have been in the Three of Swords, when anything dark happens, when trauma, abuse has happened, rejection, loss, abandonment, that was my Three of Swords. That is where I can get triggered, is like when I feel abandoned. And it's like we attach that to people abandoning us, when really, like, in those moments of abandonment by others, we abandon ourselves by keeping ourselves in this really dark place of self-pity. And, it's just this place of stuckness, loneliness, depression, anxiety, grief, and I don't mean to, I don't want this to come across as like, you should know better, or, this is your fault, you were in the three. No, not at all. Because when you are in the Three of Swords, this is a deep process that you have to go through. And it can take a very long time to understand what you have to do. And it requires a lot of help sometimes. It can take time to get out of this place, because I've been in the Three of Swords. I've had many years of victimhood and pain and loss, and all I could do was just react in ways that I felt was the only way to protect myself. Looking back at it now, it was a reaction. They were reactions of self-harm. They were reactions of perpetual keeping me in that dark place. But it was all I could do. It was the best I could do, was just to survive in whatever form that I could survive. That's what I had to do. That may be your story. We do what we have to do. You've done what you had to do, the best thing that you could do to survive in the past. And yeah, it's like, I feel like April is this very stark, you have your sword up, you're like, wow, I am so different now. I have the tools now to communicate. I feel like with the Three of Swords, there's this lack of communication. Like, you feel paralyzed in these situations that have hurt you, and you don't have the tools. And it's a long process of finding out how to have the tools, what you want to do different. And I do think in April, you are communicating with yourself in a completely different way. And there's also this connection of, because you communicate with yourself and you see yourself in a completely different way, the universe communicates with you in a much more open, fast-moving, new way. The Eight of Wands is such fast, Messages coming in, communication, action all around you. I talk about this card a lot in the context of like, I don't really watch anime, but I've seen enough to know like there are images that happen in anime where it's like the main character is just like very still and like like yelling, I don't know, like they're just like in their power or they're responding and they're still, but all around them is just like this whirlwind of activity just flying and all around them. And that's what April's going to feel like to you, but it's going to be this place of you being in power and looking away from not being in this place of paralyzation and loss. And like you are taking all of your history of the Three of Swords, anything that has ever hurt you, and you are using it as fuel to communicate and create and embrace a ton of like movement forward. And the universe is showing up to respond to that initiation that you are doing. This realization, this deep like line in the sand of like past, present, drawing the line in the sand, but future oriented, creating opportunities, seeing opportunities, allowing opportunities, speaking opportunities, manifesting, speaking things into existence. The Eight of Wands is communication and action. It can involve travel, but it's a lot of passionate ideas going back and forth, working with people, ideas coming to you, very fast moving. It's the exact opposite energy of the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is I feel stuck, I feel lonely, I am in my trauma, I don't know what to do, I feel paralyzed. No more. This new life is not that at all. It is, I know exactly what to do. I have tons of ideas. I'm going to communicate them. I'm going to see what comes back to me. Oh, look, lots is coming back to me. I'm getting, it's like a call and response energy. Okay. You are putting forth lots of action. The universe is answering you. People are answering you. Opportunities are answering you. This is because you have the tools to do that now. It's a shift in energy. Can you feel that? Can you feel like how Pluto has left your sign and it's now in Aquarius? But yeah. Okay, and then you have, with the Three of Swords, you have the Devil. So it's always fascinating to me when the Devil comes out in a Capricorn reading, because whether you like it or not, the Devil is the card for Capricorn in the tarot. Now with the Three of Swords, this is you, okay, it's two things. This is a history of a lot of abuse. Now, twofold abuse, like things have happened to you. You could have a history of literal abuse. This is also a history of negativity, whether that was you or someone else. It's a history of victimhood. It is a history of addiction. It is whether that's a literal addiction or just addiction to negative thinking. I understand this. Believe it or not, that's been the first part of my life, and it totally shifted. I mean, it's been a very long process of shifting and working hard. It's really been since like 2008 that my life really started shifting in a more positive way. But last year it all started just kind of like, it started taking deep roots in me of like, oh my gosh, I am not in victim mode anymore. I am in power mode. And then, yeah, this is you. Okay, so it's having that history of negativity and trauma for sure, but it's also because it's your card with this Three of Swords, the Devil. It is you taking control over that, healing from that, being in your place of power. This is your card of power in the tarot. This is a huge turnaround. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Okay, for the Page of Swords, we have the Hanged Man. Yeah. You're drawing a line in the sand. You don't know what's going to happen. You feel it. You feel like you know the change is there. You're waiting for proof. I mean, it's like the proof is there. You feel the proof. You feel it. But and I've been having this prayer. I'm like, It's not show me the money like in Jerry Maguire, but it's kind of like show me the money. I cannot believe I'm quoting that movie, but it's kind of like my prayer has been, just show me, just give me a win. Show me some like validation that good things are coming. Universe, God, Spirit. You're in hangman mode. You're like, this is being willing to see things from a totally different perspective. Putting yourself in a pause, a sacred pause, knowing that, in this definitive drawing of a line in the sand with your sword of truth, and the swords are truth, knowing that you have totally shifted this from this place of stagnation and pain that you might have kept yourself in, or the world has presented to you. And okay, you are like, okay, sacred pause, show me the money. I mean, that's pretty fitting for a Capricorn. We like money. But really it's just saying, show me the validation that things are changing. All right, so the 8 of Wands, yeah, this is you pay attention. So you've created the doorway by this recognition of like this dramatic shift that you feel inside of like, oh, the pain is truly over. It is. I mean, of course life is going to continue to happen, but the way you respond now is completely different. Am I right? Can you confirm that for me, Capricorn out there? You feel different, right? So it's almost like you feel it and you know it, but listen, us Capricorns, because Pluto has been in our sign and we have had a lot of stuff to deal with. I mean, everybody does, but Capricorns had it hard. You can feel the shift and you want to believe it, and you're being told like, yeah, Capricorn, like Pluto is out of your sign. It's going to be really great from here on out for you. You're actually going to get like an open road to do the things. You've learned lessons. You've reached a leveling up. It's like we're being told these things and we feel it, but like there's still this like skepticism and like this, like I don't want to jinx it, right? I want this to be true. I want my ships to start coming in. And that's what the 3 of Wands is. It's like your ships actually start coming in. So watch, wait, listen, pay attention, because I think they're going to start coming in. You're going to see them. It's going to start they're going to start trickling in. And then all of a sudden, bam, it's like 8 of Wands. Like so much is going to be going on for you in April. It almost feels like the door just starts to like, because the 2 of Wands is creating that door. And once you've drawn the line in the sand of like past, present, future, like the present line is like the doorway cracking open. Once you like crack it open, all of a sudden it's like, again, it's unhinged April for this Capricorn. It's like, it's just going to like fling open, like, and the door's just going to fly off and all this stuff's going to start happening for you in April. It's going to be a little head spinning. Okay. You can handle it though. If you can handle the 3 of Swords, you can handle anything. Okay. Let's get a card for like, okay, cool. Also, yeah, I was going to say, let's get a card that kind of like encapsulates these 6 cards of everything I've just been talking about. And that is the 3 of Cups. This involves community. It involves new community, loving community, being truly supported and celebrated for who you are now. It's like you've always, we come into this world as divine beings. That is my true belief. But it's so hard to see that when your life has been the 3 of Swords. It's hard, like you have to dig. You have to dig for your self-worth. You have to just like keep relighting the candle in the darkness over a very long series of just events that want to dim that light. And now it's like you're coming from the 3 of Swords into the 3 of Cups. You start being witnessed by others and who you truly are. You're not alone anymore. and you shouldn't be, and none of us are supposed to be. And I can speak for myself as a Capricorn, and maybe this is true for you, but my most of my life has been very lonely. I've found safety in isolating myself from others, and that's where the deep work happens. But damn, it's hard. This is asking you in April to listen to that call of community. Surround yourself with people that raise their glasses to you, that see you, that see your divinity, and you see theirs. It's like there's this beautiful community of reciprocity, because you find your self-worth in the eyes of other people. It's there, it's there within yourself, but it's reflected back to you, and you do that for them as well. All right, what is the shadow card? What are you going to bump up against? What's the words of advice? What is your shadow work you are doing? Two of Swords. Sagittarius got this too. It's deeply important to have these moments of inner reflection. It almost feels like a little bit like you've been in isolation, let's say isolation of the heart space, because you wanted to feel safe. Like that's been your way of feeling safe, because people haven't always been kind to you. You've definitely not been kind to yourself. You've been in that isolation heart space for so long now that all you want, all you crave, where you feel the best is this Three of Cups, is in community. You want to be around people who see you. You want to have, it's not so much that it's validation, but validation is important. It is. Like, we all need validation and I don't mean that in like, oh, tell me I'm lovable, but community does that. Like, we need to be witnessed by other people. We need to be told of our worth, affirmed of our worth. We know it deep within ourselves, so that when we hear it from another person, and we do that for them, it's just this beautiful communion, right? So you crave that, and it's like, this is new for you, and I think it's going to show up for you in April. So yes, engage. And I think there's going to be lots of invitations and lots of opportunities to do that. But the self-reflection, the sacred moments, is still so deeply important. I think at this point, it might be a little hard, because it's been such a huge part of your life that you're almost like, I don't want to go back there because it reminds me too much of this pain. But it's still important. You still have to do it. You still have to have these sacred moments of pause and reflection, because you can't say yes to everything that's going to show up for you in April. I feel like a lot of things are going to show up, and you want to be very cognizant and go into your inner world and really ask yourself, is this healthy for me? Am I doing this because I don't want to be alone? Or am I doing this because this feels really good? You don't want to just say yes to any invitation of community or partnership just because you don't want to be in the Three of Swords anymore. So check in with yourself and say yes to what feels so reciprocal. People who see you, not people who are abusing or using. The people who feel good and celebrate you. Yeah. All right. Capricorn, if you ever want a private reading with me, I do those virtually. You can book directly on my website, which is in the description box below, or I also can do in-person readings if you are in the Nashville area. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me, and I wish you a very happy April. Take care of yourself. Stay safe, and lots of love. Bye.